Hi fifth graders, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about how to start your mandalas. So things that you are going to need is a piece of paper, and you're going to want that paper, you're going to cut it so that it is a perfect square. So mine is 11 by 11, so that means it's 11 inches on the top, it's 11 inches on the side, 11 inches on the bottom, and 11 inches on this side. So it should be the same all the way around. You're also going to want two circular objects that you can trace. You want a large one and a small one. And you're also going to want a pen, pencil, or marker. I'm going to use a small marker. So to get started for our mandalas, we want to make sure that it has radial symmetry. And in order to give it radial symmetry, we're going to fold it so that we can see our different sections. If you guys remember, we talked about radial symmetry yesterday, and we looked at the PowerPoint, and it almost looked like it was sliced like a pizza. That's what we're going to be doing by creating these folds. So we're going to fold our paper in half. Then we're going to fold it in half again. So you'll have another smaller square. Go ahead and unfold that. You're going to see you have nice sections. You have 4 sections. We want to have 8. So what we're going to do to create 8 sections is we are going to take our paper, make it look like a diamond in front of you. Take one pointy end, fold it in half to the other point. This is going to create a triangle of sorts. Unfold it, and you're now going to see that we have a nice little line dividing that section. Go ahead and flip it the other way so that we get lines through this section. Fold it so that the points meet up. And when you unfold, you'll have 8 nice sections. The next thing we're going to do is take our smallest circular object that you are tracing. Try to get it as centered as possible. I'm going to double check and make sure mine is centered. Go ahead and then trace that. You're going to want to keep one hand on top of it so it doesn't move on you. I have my nice little circle. I'm going to take my next larger circular object and trace that as well. I'm lining it up to make sure it's nice and centered. And now I'm going to trace the outside. So you should have one circle that's small, another medium one, and then an outside section. So now we can work within each of our pizza slices. So we're going to start in the middle. And when starting our mandala, whatever I do in this section right here, I need to make sure I do in all the other ones. I am going to trace my sections so that you can see it. You do not need to trace them. I'm going to trace them so that you can see exactly which sections I am working in. You do not need to do this step. So go ahead and just watch. I am doing this so that you can see the sections better. Again, you are not doing this step. If you would like to do this with a pencil very lightly so you can erase it later, that is fine. All right, so I'm starting in this first section. We're going to call it section 1. And then this is going to be section 2, and this is section 3. Whatever I do in section 1, I have to do in all the other section 1s. Whatever I do in section 2, I have to do all the way in the other ones. Same goes for 3. So if I make that leaf shape, I have to make it in this section as well, and this one, and all the way around. It helps to work in a circular pattern and work your way out, almost like a spiral. So my next design I'm going to do is a line. And I would have to do that same line in these as well. Now, when you get to this part where you're making your lines and your designs, if you want to go in with different colorful markers, you may, or you can do it all in outline black and color it later. So notice how I'm still in section 1, and you can do more than one design. You can do as many designs in a section as long as each one has that. So if I do polka dots, that makes 3 designs in here. I need to make sure I have my polka dots in all my other sections. Working in a circular pattern, going around like a spiral is helpful. So now I'm on to section 2. And again, guys, you can do whatever designs you would like. I am showing you how to get started. You get to be creative and decide which colors you'd like to use, which designs you want to do in each one. If you want to do smiley faces, if you want to do geometric shapes, you could do a pattern with lines. It's completely up to you. I'm just showing you how to get started so that way you know, so that way you can make your creative choices and know that you're still making a radial symmetry mandala. So for my next section, I'm going to do something a little bit bigger. And I'm doing that same exact shape in all my other sections. You might make lines. Notice how I'm not doing more than one design I'm not doing more than one design at a time. So if I make a line in here, I'm making that line all the way around before I add my next design. Okay. I'm going to add the next ones. All right. So I could continue to put more designs in that one, but I'm not going to for now. When I get to the third section, this is kind of your outer part of your mandala. For that section, you do not have to keep it in this square form. So for example, if I wanted to make my mandala almost look like a flower, I could do a shape that's like a petal. I'm doing that same shape in all of the sections. Okay, so I made the outside part look like a flower. That means I don't have to do anything out here. That's as far as I want to go, and I want to keep that shape for the outer part. That's fine. So then I would go through and start to add my other designs on the inside. So whether that's lines again. So this means you don't have to do a flower design. You could do a different type of shape as long as it is the same all the way around. So couldn't do just a random one that isn't equal all the way around, but as long as it's the same. And again, I could do more designs inside. And then I would personally fill this with a lot more designs inside of these. And then I could go in with my color. And we're going to talk about color tomorrow. We're going to talk about how to color your mandala because we want to also make sure that our color is symmetrical as well. So this is how to get your mandala started. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the coloring tutorial. Thanks for tuning in, guys.